So the first step is strategy analysis. If you look here, these are the component in strategy analysis. The objective is review and information about an organization, internal processes and resources, and also the external marketplace factors in order to inform strategy definitions. So before we get to define the strategy, to identify what are the strategy, we need to look into the external of our organization and also the internal. So these are the techniques that may involve and also the specific techniques that may involve in this process. So it will involve the reviews of resources and processes, the competitive environment, and also wider environments like maybe if we, we we compare the competitive environment in the traditional business, in the e-business, the environment is wider. Okay, the marketplace, the market competition is wider, the competitive environment is wider. So kalau online, kita kena tengok at the globe itself. We need to expect that we may get our customer from at the end of the world, as compared to if you are doing the traditional business, our target customer just across the corner. Okay, and then there are several techniques that can be done or that can be doing or that can be carried out in this step, which are we can do the portfolio analysis, look at each of the department, and you might find the portfolio for each department and do analyze on the analysis. Okay, you can do SWOT analysis, demand analysis, and also Porter's 5 forces analysis. Okay, so these are among the portfolio analysis, which is to assess current information system capability and also to inform structure future strategies. Okay, look into each of it. Okay, and we can do a SWOT analysis. You may look into it later, and you have discussed SWOT analysis a couple of times, which is SWOT analysis focus on strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and threats that you have in the organization. And we can also look at the demand analysis, which is the assessment of the demand for digital business services among existing and potential customer segments. Look at especially on our market share lah. So kat mana where is the demand at the online customer as compared to the all customer. Okay, demand analysis, and also you can do the strategy analysis using Porter's 5 forces model. Okay, look at the 4 components here. Look at the suppliers, buyers, the potential entrants, substitutes. Okay, so Porter 5 forces model allow you to analyze the extra ataupun the external resources and also the internal resources of your organization. Okay, and you can look at the competitive threats acting on the digital businesses. So dalam Porter 5 forces dia akan ada, you can look into the threat that you may have. Okay, apa cabaran ataupun ancaman yang awak ada. So you can look at the buy side threat and also sell side threat, and look at the competitive threat that you may have, okay, along the process. So these are among the steps that you may take in the first step in defining your strategy, which is the strategic analysis. Okay, next, after you have identified or analyzed your internal and external environment of your organization, now you have to define the strategic objective. So what is strategic objective? It refers to a concise summary of the scope and broad aims of a company's future digital business activities, okay, including the explanation of how these activities will contribute to the organization and support its core business activity. And the steps here, what you have to define is the vision, the mission, and the objective. Okay, you have to define use a smart objective, which is, and then you have to identify what are the online revenue contribution, the target customer value targets. You can use balance scorecard. Okay, so how to define a vision and mission and strategic objective. Usually, it will be based on the manager's view of the future relevance of the internet to their industry. So, can the internet complement the company or the channel? How the managers want it to be? So, does they want to rely on 100% using the internet channel? And then, but it also need to the organization also need to consider about their customers' uh, perception or customers' view. Okay, and also need to consider the type of product pun akan mempengaruhi the mission and the vision. Okay, and then this is an example. Okay, mm-hmm. um, you can use the smart to set the objective, which is the objective must be specific, must be measurable. Okay, boleh diukur. Maksud dari segi measurable ini adalah dari segi tercapai atau tidak sesuatu objektif tersebut. So, kita boleh ukur dia. Okay, dia kata bila sebut objective must be measurable, it means the objective can be boleh dinilai dari segi pencapaian dia. Okay, contohnya kat sini dia bagi contoh develop revenue from new geographical markets. So kita boleh kira, boleh ukur revenue tu has been developed. Dapat tak revenue? Okay, and then the objective must be achievable. Mesti relevant, boleh dicapai lah. Janganlah orang kata terlalu berangan. And also must be relevant and also must be time related. Okay. Kat sini bagi contoh. Ini antara contoh how we want to measure, okay, by setting the KPI. Okay, contoh kat sini dia kata the objective is to develop the revenue. So dia punya strategi dia kata they create the e-commerce facility. Okay, and then how they want to measure either the performance is achievable or not. Okay, dia kata dia measure KPI dia, it must achieve the combined revenue of 1 million by end of the year. Okay, so kalau kita ni it's time related because it give the dia bagi tempoh duration to achieve this KPI in a year. Okay, so this example online revenue contribution. So dia measure, okay, states the percentage of company revenue directly generated through online transaction. So ini punya budget, how much they have spent for e-business, okay, to create new channel, and then how much they have obtained, okay, through e-business, which is the revenue they have obtained. Okay, and the third step is to the strategic definition. Okay, what is strategic definition? It includes the development of strategic plans. Tadi awak create. The second step is create the objective. So you identify the objective. Next, you have to create the plan to achieve the objective. So it's a long range to exploit opportunities and manage risks in the environment in light of corporate strength and weaknesses. There are 6 key e-business strategic decisions need to be considered. So ini adalah the plan to exploit the opportunity. So ada dari segi option generation, option evaluation, and also the selection. So there are 6 key in e-business strategic decisions, which are the channel priorities, and in terms of organizational restructuring and capabilities, business service and revenue models, marketplace restructuring, market and product development strategies, and also positioning and differentiations of strategies. Okay, so the 6 steps covered overall of e-business. Dalam tadi ada objective, then now you have to make a plan. So kita nak tahu nak plan kat mana. So ada 6 key yang boleh tengok lah kat mana you can plan. So first, in terms of reaching the right customer. So how to manipulate, how to use the channel to reach to your customer. Okay, and then how the second key is on organizational restructuring. how companies should restructure in order to achieve the priority set of e-businesses. So some of the bila you guna traditional and you want to change it to the e-business, okay, to online venture, you want to venture in online channel. So apa yang berlaku, some part of your organization or business need the re-engineering, which is restructuring. So mungkin part of, for example, you may have a joint venture, or maybe you need to have a strategic partnership with your supplier, okay, or maybe some of the department need to be kata restructuring, remove some part of the yang tak diperlukan, okay, or remove some of the manual process to the online process, okay. And then the third key is business, service and revenue models, which is here you review opportunities from new business and revenue model. You have learned about the business model and also the revenue model. So when you want to define the strategy, the plan how to achieve the strategy, you may need to revise your business model. Cara awak buat bisnes mungkin akan berubah, and also your revenue model. Okay. The fourth key is marketplace restructuring, which is consider options created through disintermediation and re-intermediation. So during the process of changing or transition from traditional business into e-business, they may involve disintermediation, which is removing some of the intermediary. Okay, mungkin previously you deal with a third party to deal with a supplier, but with when you use e-procurement, for example, you have removed the intermediary. You have a contact directly to with your suppliers. That is we call as a disintermediation. And re-intermediation and some part of the sometimes, okay, ada setengah-setengah business we have removed it the intermediate person previously, but when you venture into e-business you need the re-intermediation. For example, kalau sebelum ni kita penjual makanan will sell directly to their customer, but nowadays with e-hailing services, okay, dengan ada rider, dengan ada Grab, ada Food Panda, there is a re-intermediation. We use a third party to reach to our customer. Okay. Okay. And then the fifth strategy is market and product development strategies. Decide on which market to target. When we talk about e-businesses. Okay, it is easier to make it will be easier to target which market that you want to approach, which customer segment that you want to approach. So you have to develop your own strategy. Okay, you have to choose based on your product, which customer segment that you want to choose, and how to choose them, and what are your plan or actions in order to choose to approach or to get to your customer. And then positioning and differentiation strategies, review the extent to which increase in product and service quality can be matched by decrease in price and time. So how to manipulate, how to make a new strategy that will reduce the price or the cost and also the time. Okay. So this graph describe ataupun shows or depict the changes in terms of a percentage online revenue contribution when the organisation change their dia tukar dari segi channel of digital channel complementary. So kalau yang first ni dia punya ni very low, the online contribution is very low when they are brick and mortar and they use digital channel as a channel to provide information only. And then there is an increase in the online revenue contribution when the organization has changed from bricks and mortar to bricks and clicks, which is ada separuh-separuh, ada mix of on and online transaction and also customer service. Okay, they are the offline transaction, and also they create on customer service using digital channel. And we can see the business has improved drastically when they change into clicks type of businesses, which are all transaction and customer services is done through online. And the online revenue contribution increase. We can see the percentage of online revenue contribution increased drastically. Okay, and then the fourth uh, process in the implementing a business strategy is strategy implementation, which is you have to plan how to execute and also plan a control. So strategy implementation includes the detailed short-term plans on how do we do it, includes strategic planning, execution, and also strategic control. Okay,